Jeez, come out of the garage. The guy scares me.
You know, keep you on your toes.
You're not like Sean. Sean's 5 minutes late every time.
Well,
You're 15 minutes early.
17 minutes early.
Nate's 15, 17 minutes late. 30 hour. We don't know. Oh, yeah.
And
holy moly, we're going to be eating good.
we're going to be eating good.
Let's see what else you got in your truck that I had to remind you to bring. Tough one to part ways.
I had to adjust my seat for this one.
Oh man, thing turned out awesome. So we got that Euro, and then we have 2 mounts to fit in the truck with all of our stuff.
We'll make it fit.
Yep, I got the pack mule on there. If you've been watching the show the past few years, you know why I'm so excited. Because we're just pulling in to the ranch out here in Colorado. Literally probably my favorite hunt of the year. It's just amazing out here. But we got about 15 minutes till sunset, and we're gonna go scout.
You're not gonna like this. You can see my camera on your face.
I like that. I think that's creative.
It looks. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Hey, it's not in my face until the sun pops behind the barn. Oh, hey.
Say welcome to my crib.
Hey, come check out my crib. This road reminds me a lot of my abs. Chandler told me to brush up on my jokes. How's that for a dad joke? It's no secret over the past few years that Colorado has become one of my favorite states to hunt, and in particular, this ranch. We are several years into the management plan and development of this property now, and it only keeps getting better. Usually we like to arrive in time to scout and check cards, and our buddies Pete and Tony are going to be joining us, but they won't be there for a few days, so we have a lot to keep us busy in the meantime. Back out this morning, doing a little scouting. Last night after we literally drove by this forage sorghum and happened to look over my left shoulder, and in this fog is this huge body whitetail with the giant frame. It has to be that big double drop-tine buck. No other deer really has that frame like that, so we went past and then turned around and looped around to come back and see if we could see him, maybe get footage of him, and he had already moved on. So it looked like he was maybe bedded in that sorghum field and was coming out. We'll probably either hang a stand or jump in one of the ones we already got up for this evening. Look at the wind. It's supposed to be windy today, so get somewhere where we can see and observe and hopefully get a better idea of what the deer are doing. The farmers are actually cutting some of the sorghum too, so that may shift and change things up. So it's always an interesting dynamic out here because it's just, there's so much crop and so much stuff going on, and it all rotates in these different spots. So every year it hunts a little bit different, which is kind of cool. But there is one constant, and that's big deer. With the sorghum just being harvested and the double drop-tine buck hanging out in the area, we wanted to get an observation stand that was more about gathering intel on his patterns before getting overly aggressive. We have quite a few stand locations along the river, giving us plenty of different options depending on the wind and the deer activity,
but the current wind advisory has almost completely halted daylight movement. It is supposed to die down and switch overnight though, which will give us the option to hunt a completely different part of the ranch, further down the river where I killed my buck last year. The stand is perfectly placed on the downwind side of a bedding area that sets up perfectly for pre-rut seeking bucks, and I have a feeling that if the wind dies down, it's going to have the deer back on their feet.
All right, we're back in the river stand. We waded across this morning and had our little walking sticks. Wasn't bad at all. We got a good system down. We're back in the tree where I killed my buck last year. Same hat. Got my lucky hat. I'm kind of superstitious about hats, so we finally got that cold front to come in, and it's starting to cool off. It's been hot, and yesterday was just we shouldn't even have hunted yesterday. We didn't hunt yesterday afternoon, so I think the deer are really gonna be on their feet after 2 days of hot weather and crazy wind. Nice calm morning. It's gonna pick up about 7 miles an hour, but I love this spot. We're kind of tucked back in off the main fields, big tamarack thicket, so a lot of deer utilize it, and I think it's a great spot for calling and rut activity. So we're still pre-rut, but they'll be responsive, I'm sure, if we do see one. Sounds like there's a deer over there. When we were setting up a minute ago, we thought we heard some crunching. It's really calm, so we can hear, but we can't see very far. Yeah, I can hear walking. Oh, dang, it's a good buck. He's walking off. It looks like a 6x6. Got a bunch of points. He's right here, like 15 yards. Merp. 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 No way, dude. Unbelievable. That is the same spot. Same exact spot. Same hat, same tree, same spot. Same hat for Brandon. What? Are you kidding me? Yes. The guys are going to be so pumped. Tony got stuck in a wedding. Or his vehicle got stuck in Dallas. He had a wedding last weekend, so he was supposed to come in today. Pete will be here today. And one of the biggest deer we have is that big double drop-tine on the other side of the ranch. But I knew there were several big mature deer on this side too. But anyway, those guys will be in either today and tomorrow. So, what a deal. I can't believe it. I can't say enough about these arrows, dude. This arrow setup absolutely torched them, blew right through them. The Mega Meat, and I've been shooting the VIP SS forever. Well, I've been shooting it since it came out. I love these arrows though. Oh, hey, look, there he is. What? I mean, right there. Can you believe it? My buck last year ran a little bit further. hit him a little bit lower. I wasn't doing that here. He didn't bleed much at first, and then as soon as he hit these tamaracks, it was just like, oh my gosh. These deer, their bodies always amaze me. Look at that horse. Oh, just a beast. I cannot wait. We've been sending the jawbones off to every year to get checked for age, and we obviously have a pretty good idea of running trail cameras. This deer may be older than we think. I just could never tell. He's one of those interesting deer, but look at that. No doubt that same deer. Shed's so similar. All the trash. Big old split brow. Oh, man. You know, we're living right. That's all I'm going to say. This has been a season to dream about. I mean, just couldn't draw it up any better. And Colorado always treats us well. We put a lot of time in, a lot of effort in. We've put a lot of work into this property, getting it set up, and we've got a good idea of how it hunts now. I couldn't believe when I first looked up, I was like, oh, that's a pretty good buck. Put my binoculars on, I'm like, looks like a 6x6, which last year I think he was a 7x7, but he's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 6x6 this year, which is a bunch of extra kickers. But last year I think he had like a double claw here. Regardless, he's definitely bigger than he was last year. Man, so blessed. What a incredible buck. This never gets old. Bow hunting is the ultimate rush.
What an absolute whirlwind of a couple of days, going from very little deer movement and crazy winds to having a familiar old buck cruising into bow range at first light. Just goes to show you never know when the opportunity might come knocking, and with Pete and Tony joining us in camp soon, I was more than happy to have all hands on deck chasing a deer of a lifetime.
Man,
What's up, buddy?
burnt myself up.
You feel better?
No.
Okay, I'm on.
Dude, this is nuts. I can't wait. Okay.
Get that sucker out.
Golly. I know you've handled him many times, Brandon, since you found him, but
I can't take my hands off of him.
After I picked him up in the taxidermist, I said, hey, you want to keep this at your house until we go to Colorado? He almost forgot it on the way here on purpose.
Yeah.
Old Beamer.
now it's the fun vision of kind of putting him up. All right.
Yeah, so I literally just
Got done.
got done keeping him out and everything.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
Yeah, he's pretty similar to last year, like size-wise.
Mm-hmm.
His brow tines both got way bigger.
Way better.
But really, I mean, look how similar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't have the sticker on his G2. But the pictures I just found from 2020 was November like 10th or 14th, and he was already all busted up. So he busts up
Remember
every year.
that year? It was so dry, and we had so many breakoffs. Remember, after in the middle of November, there was almost no whole
Yeah.
rack deer on the whole place except for
That
little
was
bucks.
2020, I think, when that big 8 busted.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this deer must be a fighter. I don't know.
No, not
Either that or
anymore.
doesn't drink much milk.
Not anymore. He's done.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a really good deer.
Yeah.
What'd you score?
I haven't yet. No. Because 1, 2, 3, 4.
So it's a 16
5, 6.
pointer.
Yep. Oh, my kids are all jacked up. A 16 pointer, Dad. Because they think more points than they.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I would measure.
Yeah.
I feel like if you kill that drop-tine buck, well, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
You know.
His frame is so impressive.
Yeah.
And that Webster deer is just Like
it's just
caribou or a
yeah, the formation is just wild, and it's not something that we see.
Yeah, you don't.
We don't see that. I mean, he's the only deer we've ever really seen that on, right?
Yeah. Pete, Tony, and Will have become great friends over the years, and we all cherish the time we get to spend in camp together, no matter how brief it may or may not be. And with this ranch, there's always more than meets the eye, and these are the guys that kind of keep the well-oiled machine running. And with that comes a lot of work and not a lot of time to hunt. So we were excited to have some time carved out to sit in the tree together.
Make sure we're dialed in. When you got a deer like this right here, let me show you. You do some double checking before you go out. 7:01 a.m. So we're gonna split up and go with these guys since I'm tagged out early.
This is the redemption story for Tony. This deer is my arch nemesis. I shot him last year and he ducked, and I shot over the top of him. Mike just reminded me that his name is Dolly Parton because he has the double drop-tine, so he's the double D's. I'm sorry, Dolly. I didn't mean to pull you into this, but I think that's the name that's going to stick right now.
This ranch over the years has produced by far some of the biggest whitetails I've ever harvested, so it's easy to set a high expectation, but this deer is truly unique. A frame like his is one you don't forget, and one that was etched into all of our minds last year when first getting him on camera. Even more deeply in Tony's mind, though, was an intense close call and an arrow that just missed his mark.
I'm sitting here watching over this field, which is where the double drop-tine buck has kind of been frequenting in the early mornings, late evenings, and I just laid eyes on the double drop-tine buck. So hopefully come up with a game plan for tomorrow, maybe hang a new set. He made a couple scrapes over there on some cottonwoods, so good news is, got eyes on him.
Dolly is very consistent. We've been able to pattern him almost perfectly. He is always going to be in the opposite stand of where we are. So wherever we are, he goes to the other spot. Oh my gosh. He's pretty big. Tomorrow night he dies.
After watching the double drop-tine work a scrape in daylight the night before, we knew it was time to get aggressive and hang a new set. We wanted to get along the field edge where the timber pinched down, and we decided to use a decoy to draw him in, knowing that he was the dominant buck in the area. If he worked the scrape line, he would be in bow range, and if he chose to venture in the field in a different area, maybe the decoy would be the difference.
Oh, the things we do to kill whitetails. I told Tony, I said, I don't know if Brandon would get in this tree for me. It's pretty sketchy. It's not sketchy, it's just crooked. But if we're sitting down, it'll be okay. And sometimes you just gotta be in the right tree. That scrape he was tearing up is right here in front of it, so I think it's worth the interesting hang.
Bottom of the ninth for us. We gotta head out tomorrow, so we hung a stand exactly right above the scrape tree where he came through last night. And I hate to be too optimistic because Tony always says he just does the opposite, so. Caught him.
Caught him red-handed.
Yeah, so he'll probably go on that levee stand that we hunted last night, but you can't really hunt with a north wind anyway, so you can only worry about things you can control. And that's
Thankfully, we control this deer and everything he does.
Yep, just hit the remote button. Tell him, come on out. Let him out, open the doors.
Turn the chain loose. Always wear your safety harness, children.
Rope.
Really big drop-tine buck just walked out into the field. Oh my gosh.
ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
That was a standoff, man.
God.
I think you gotta let's let it footage. Gotta slow down and some crash right there.
Yeah. I shot him.
I know you did. Tell me more.
He said this is why I don't like that.
This is awful. This is the worst. We think he's dead. We think it was a good shot, but we didn't go. We're gonna go look here in a minute, so we don't know.
How far was it?
15 yards.
15 yards? From my perspective, it was like, I had no idea.
And he came out and was like, you know where you limbed all that off? He walked out right in that hole, and it was about that much forward showing. And then I knew it was like 15 yards. I was just holding my 20 pin a little bit low, but not like super low. But it was a pretty steep angle, and I shot, and it looks like it came in. I mean, my gut feeling is that it came in high on the rib cage and then came out here. I don't think he went very far. I mean, because he ran back in those tamaracks right there, and then we didn't hear a noise after that, like nothing. And like, didn't hear like the river crash, didn't hear him tearing off through brush either
I wonder
direction.
if he went in there and just stood there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he may have just stood there and, right.
Oh, you shot the wrong buck. It's a little 8-pointer.
That's okay. I mean, you know what? Whatever his shot is, I'm good. I'm okay.
Dude, he looked so far away from my perspective. I had no idea.
Look, so right here, I drew right here, and then he stops as soon as he comes out, and I see this much forward of him. As soon as he stopped, that's when I shot.
I didn't know Tony could shoot. Sorry for the framing job there. Jeez.
It's okay.
God,
Look at
how
him
did it not
gushing.
spine him?
Look at him gushing.
How did it not spine him? How is that below the spine on the entry? And then I lose him here for a second, and then you see him. You'll see some blood here.
Oh, it's mid-bod, dude. Oh, yeah.
Watch right here, though. Watch.
I gotta see
That's
this.
where he stopped. I was looking to see if I could see where if he flagged, like if he went down or something. But
I don't know how sold I am yet. Well, we weren't gonna go without you guys.
I appreciate that. That's part of it.
But I do want to get some other opinions on it. But yeah. All right, how you feeling, pal?
Well, we're either getting ready to, for me, like the best deer hunting experience of my life, or the worst deer hunting experience of my life. It's absolutely binary. It's one or the other. It's not going to be anything in between. So I will say though, I think he's dead. I think he's going to be laying there pretty close to where he went into the thicket. So I don't know. We got to get over there and see what we can see.
We're gonna ease in.
Is he there?
He's right there. He's right here.
Hold on. Let me see.
You gotta wait for the guys to come look at him, but he's right there.
I can't see. Oh, there he is.
Oh, he barely made it out of sight.
Dude.
See all that stress for nothing.
What the heck?
All that worry for nothing, my man.
Oh, thank you, Lord. My goodness sakes. That was... Oh, you don't get real worked up when you shoot, does and small deer, Mike. That's been my, 50 years of hunting has been largely nothing too exciting. Dadgummit.
Oh my god.
Oh my
How do we not
gosh.
hear him crash?
I
The
don't-
wind.
Yeah, there's not a lot in here, man. I mean, there's some leaves, but there's just not much brush, understory. But he piled up pretty quick.
Pete says on a lope.
Did you tell him we found him? Or? Okay, good.
We should let them. We can't. We lost blood right here.
Yeah, like right here we lost blood.
He's smiling.
He jumped up and ran.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
I mean, lots of blood. Found part of my arrow. We were like, guy's dead.
Are you kidding?
Is this true? No, it's not true.
He's in there.
He's there.
Don't stab yourself with a brother.
Yeah, don't kill us. Let's go see him.
Right where. So you actually got your eyes on him?
Yeah,
Right where we lost him.
He fell like right there.
Hey, Tony's hunting a deer of a lifetime tonight, and he comes with 2 arrows. 2 arrows.
It's his best strategy.
It only takes 1 though, right?
He likes to live life dangerously. I told Pete, you guys were walking out. I said, this is good. They're coming out of the woods. This is good. I can't thank you guys, Will and Pete and everybody enough, man.
Mike, we
We got a
love.
heck of a team.
Dude, man, we love it.
We got a good system.
It is our
That's what you do, guys.
like one of our favorite times of the year when you guys come out. Because I'd say, I mean, a lot of our success and what's been killed off this place is just because of the work you guys have put in and helping us figure this thing out. And
It's getting better every year.
it's getting better every year now. Jiminy Christmas. I mean, unbelievable.
He's huge, Jack.
Yeah, and you just want your partner to kill something like that, you know, in your lifetime. That's just really cool.
What a picture-perfect way to wrap up this trip to Colorado. Not only was I able to shoot an extremely old buck that we had a ton of history with, but Tony was able to close a chapter on a buck of a lifetime. It's not often that a plan comes together exactly how you draw it up, but in this case, it wasn't far from it.
Well, we're gonna try to find a good tree to hang a stand in here.
Mike wasn't on, so he was here. But we had a good one. We were going to invite Carson Daly to come hunt with us, but then we decided the voice wouldn't let him probably. We were just reminiscing. We're getting old.
Mike's made me feel super stressed out and anxious, like our whole year depends on this success tonight. So,
He's right behind you.
but I'm so excited to be with Mike.
For the credits.